Hey guys, welcome back to Tiny House Project. We're starting on next phase, which is the walls. So I'm going to be building them as complete sets, building complete walls with sheathing, windows, vapor barrier, and also the initial parts of the outer sheathing installed. And then when it comes summertime, I'm going to bring it out to the driveway, have a bunch of friends come over, and we're going to just raise it all up in one go. I'm also going to be building my own door, which is going to be a cool endeavor. So finally, we're going to be working on the front utility box, which is going to house the on-demand hot water heater and also the batteries for my solar system. And I'm probably going to put in a little tool cupboard in there as well. All right, let's get to work. Hey guys! So as you can see, the walls are pretty much done. I still have to go ahead and put the exterior vapor barrier on the last wall and also on the utility box, just because I ran out of Tivik house wrap. But I'm gonna do that right before I'm getting ready to put up the walls in August. I also still have to make a door for the utility box and also put in some shelving. But that's all just little stuff that I can do in the coming months before it's time to go ahead and finally raise it all up. All right, so let's separate this piece by piece. The walls, I used 2x4s to do the framing, and I made sure to build along 24-inch lines, and I think that'll give more than enough support for the 12-foot structure. The roof is gonna have a 1/12 pitch, as the front of the trailer is going to be 7 feet and the back is 8 feet. So it has a 1 foot rise along the 12-foot trailer. On the exterior part of the walls, I added 3/8 OSB along all of the walls, which gave it a ton of structural stability. All the walls are connected on the ends using 1/2 inch lag bolts, and so that's why I was able to take them apart, and it'll make it really easy putting them together when we're putting them onto the trailer here in August. So the windows and door frame were all flashed using FortiFlash, which is this tape that kind of has a tar backing to it. And you can also put sealant straight on it for when you're sealing these kind of openings. So building this door was a pretty fun endeavor. I've never built a door before, and it was interesting trying to get it to look right. I'm still not quite satisfied with a bunch of these seams, but I'm gonna be taking a router to it later on to give it a cool design in the middle and some black accents on it as well. So I used 2x6s for the exterior portions, and then a mix of 2x6 and 2x4 along the middle parts as well. And then these were sealed using both Gorilla Glue and then also some screws along inside. So this thing is super sturdy. It's not going anywhere. It's about a 45-pound solid wood door. So after I built the door, I sanded it down. I also finished it using this woodproofing wood finish. It was supposed to be a clear sealant, but it darkened the wood quite a bit. But I kind of like the look, especially against a black aesthetic. And this is Bare Premium Wood Coatings, and it will give full weather protection. It says it ensures it up to 6 years, so I think we'll be good. As for the door frame, I built it using 1x4 and 1x2s. And I have it so it's gonna be an exterior outswinging door. These were glued together using Gorilla Glue. I then went along all of the seams after I stained and waterproofed it using this Dynaflex 230 water sealant, just to make sure no water is going to get in through those tiniest gaps and start to expand the wood and make it where the door doesn't fit anymore. The door frame is taped off using the FortiFlash barrier. I then put a ton of the Dynaflex 230 sealant all along the interior edge where the door frame was going to sit on top of. I lined it up so the door frame is flush with the exterior. I then used black exterior screws along 5-inch corners just to make sure that this thing was sturdy, it's not going anywhere, it's drilled directly into the frame of the house, and it's set. The last part of this was making sure that when the door is closed, it's going to form a seal to keep any kind of weather, bugs, outside and not inside. So all along the edges, I put this vinyl door sealant so that when the door closes, it compresses and it keeps any kind of air from moving through that gap. Now for the door, I still have to add the hinges as well as the doorknob and lock. All of those are going to be black to kind of keep with the aesthetic of the exterior of the house is going to be that dark hunter green with black accents. The door is actually going to have the exterior steel flashing on it as well, so it's going to be hunter green on the outside with the black accents, and so when you open it up, you're going to just see this beautiful wood grain. Lastly, I went along all the exterior after the door frame was put in and connected the exterior Tivik house wrap with the wood of the door frame using the FortiFlash membrane so that there is no way water is getting in this gap between the door frame and the exterior wall. So with all of that done, we are just about ready to raise the house. Over the month of July, I'm going to be just doing a couple little projects. I might go ahead and take the router to the door, go ahead and make that design. I might go ahead and finish off the front utility box as well as the wheel wells. But at this point, it's just all small preparations for the big day, which will be second week of August. The reason why I'm not going to go ahead and put up the house within the next couple of weeks is because I live in southern Utah, where it gets to be about 115 degrees during the height of July. So I do not want to be anywhere outside during that time. Instead, I'm going to take a couple out-of-state road trips, go camping, go to where the climate is not the fiery depths of hell, basically. And then come back in August when it's starting to cool off and get all the rest of it done. One last note, I have finally chosen a name for my tiny house. His name is Bastion. I originally started trying to figure out names based on storybook characters I liked, and one in particular is Bast from Patrick Ruffalo's series, The Name of the Wind. So I wanted the name to be a little bit more, so I did a quick Google search of Bast and its derivatives, and Bastion came up. The full term bastion is supposed to indicate an institution, place, or stronghold in which a certain ideal, principle, or attitude is upheld. So the name Bastion actually instills into this tiny house what I'm trying to accomplish, and I want to live life as an adventurer, get to go out and see tons of different places, experience new different things, and also be able to afford them by not paying rent every month or be paying a mortgage. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, if you are not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. Follow me on both YouTube and my blog, boywithwanderlust.com. And until August, I will see you then. That's a wrap.